knee, and then he's got further tests next week. So we really don't have anything to tell you from there. We'll see how these tests go next week, and once the swelling's out there. Congratulations to the Royals first. What a great job they've done to this point, and I know they're fired up to keep on going. So I know we're all glad to have them coming back here and having another chance to see them play. With that, we look forward to the challenge of playing the Saints. Good football team, well coached. I mean, Dennis does a nice job with that group, and their coordinators, all three of them do a nice job with their phases. And we've just got to make sure that we have a good week of preparation here going forward. And then just on the business side of it, Clyde, you saw, was elevated. He's got a 21-day window. We'll just get him back into the swing of things here and see how he does. See how he does going forward here the next couple of days. Anyways, with that, time's yours.
Is there a little more sense of optimism with Rashid than there was 2 days ago?
Yeah, I think it's just wait and see. Just is where we're at, and for his sake, we're really hoping that things work out, how for the best. But let's just see where it goes, and leave it up to the doctors to see. I'm definitely not a doctor.
What are the plans for Clyde going forward here?
Yeah, so we'll practice him today with the scout team, give him some reps there, and let him just kind of get back in the swing of things. He's in good shape. He's been working out, so just get him back into the football part of it.
Anywhere close with O'Menahue to getting him back to practice too?
I think that'll be a little bit here, yeah.
Andy, what sorts of things are you seeing when you've referred to a few times being close on a few things offensively? What are the things that stand out to you the most that are just off the table?
Yeah, by just getting rid of the penalties and those self-inflicted wounds, turnovers, penalties, those hurt you at this level, and you've got to take care of that. And I've got to make sure that I'm putting the guys in the right position to do the right thing. So. And I think the coaches would tell you the same thing with that, but that's where we're at. But it's close. We just got to keep rolling.
Rice is just so important to you guys. You won't have him for Monday. How much realistically does that change, even schematic, what you do, or do you stay the same with some of the replacement players?
Yeah. Listen, I mean, Rashid's had a phenomenal year. Unfortunately, in this league, injuries happen and life goes on. So we have always expected the next guys to step up and roll, and it's no different now. Is Rashid? There's not another Rashid. There's other guys though that are very, very good. So we'll be fine.
Andy, have you been through an experience quite like this, where what you project is not even one snap going into a season, let alone now into Game 5, you're not having your top running back, two top receivers. Have you gone through an experience quite like this to start a season?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I mean, I've been doing it a long time, so there's been injuries that have taken place, but I don't really dwell on that, Nate. I mean, I just kind of move on and go and wish the best to the kids, most of all, and we'll take care of business. That's. Beach has done a good job of bringing people in here in depth and that. So just got to take care of business.
When you look at Derek Carr, what's he doing and how's he fitting in with that offense?
Yeah, he's doing a very nice job. He's always been a good player. I mean, there hasn't been a question from our standpoint on that part. So they're doing a good job of protecting him, and he's doing a good job of delivering it to their receivers, and they've got good skill players there. So and good running back who also was involved in the pass game and the run game. But he's done a very nice job. Yeah.
Coach, Tyron will play, obviously, in the last game, but just wonder if you can speak to what he meant to sort of the defensive shift you guys had here, this also what you've seen in 3 years from the New Orleans.
Yeah, phenomenal player. I'll vote for him for the Hall of Fame going forward. I don't have a vote, but I would vote for him. So he's a tremendous leader. He actually makes this his home here. So I think when he's done, he'll probably come back here. So, but great kid, great player, brings a lot of energy. Yeah.
Coach, the other player that you've got on the NFI list with B.J. Thompson, how's he doing in his rehab, and is there still a possibility he come back?
Yeah, again, the doctors are monitoring him. He's doing good. Yeah, to answer your question, he's doing good. He's in all the meetings and that. And, he's heading in the right direction, but we just have to see on that. I think time is a big part of that. We'll see how that goes.
One of the things you mentioned, being close on a couple things. It looked like Jawan Taylor had a couple of those kind of penalties that were a problem for him last year early. Was it just officiating crew kind of thing, or was he getting into some bad habits? Those are correct.
Yeah, he's got to fix those. I mean, he's got to fix it. That's bottom line. He's very quick off of the ball, and takes a lot of pride in that. But you can't be. You got to make sure you're not offsides. So he's got to take care of that part. He will.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, good. Thanks.
Play, we got hurt. Did you know in the moment how hard you got hit kind of in that? And did you feel fortunate not to be hurt yourself?
No, I didn't notice it in the moment. I was more worried about trying to get the ball. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you're just trying to make a play, and it happens whenever you're trying to make tackles.
When you saw the replay, though, did you think, ooh?
No, I mean, when I saw the replay, I felt like shit that I hit Rasheed. I mean, I think that's pretty much all. I mean, I wasn't really worried about myself. I was worried about hopefully his injury, and hopefully that it wasn't as bad as it looked, because I was the one that hit him.
Coach, can I ask Andy about Tyron, but just, I don't know if he's going to end up playing on one day, but just what did he mean to your guys' locker room when he was here? What kind of interactions kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think just me being a young player, especially when he got here, I mean, just seeing that type of leader, I think was something that I'll forever remember. The way he inspired guys, the energy that he played with. I mean, obviously he's a great football player. I mean, everybody can see that, but truly a great leader, one of the best leaders I've ever been around. And he pushed to get the best out of everybody every single day, and he treated practice like games. He tried to get better every single day, and that's something that has helped me become who I am. And so a great football player, man. And I'm hoping that he gets out there, not for me and my sake, because, I mean, he's a great football player, always around the ball. But I think Kansas City, getting to see him come back and be on that field again will be special for the city.
It stand out pretty early on that there were some traits that you could pick up early in your career.
Yeah, I mean, you sit there and watch those guys that, I mean, I watched him when he was in college and he dominated college football, and then get into the NFL and all the great plays that he had made, and then being able to see him on a day-to-day basis is when you want to see those guys that are the top of the top and how they prepare every single day. And he was one of those guys that you knew why he was great when you saw him practice and how he went about his business.
Talked about how you guys are going to have to rely on Travis more without Bryce on Monday. Just curious about Juju Smith-Schuster and Justin Watson and your rapport with them and how big they've now become.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those guys are always the guys that do it the right way. I mean, they're always in the right position. They do what they're supposed to do, get guys lined up, and I think having those guys is a luxury, because you know that they're going to be there, they're going to get open, and they're going to make plays when their numbers are called. And so I think Brett Veach did a great job of continuing to build within that receiving room. Obviously not expecting to have these two kind of big injuries early in the year in that receiving room, but having the support of the guys to come in and step up and make plays whenever those guys aren't in there.
Speaking of Juju, when the Chiefs bring back a player who'd been here previously, Jody Fortson, I guess, would be the latest example of that, and Kareem, how much are they able to hit the ground running? And like maybe a percentage basis do they have?
Yeah, I mean, they always have a good feel for our main stuff, our base concept stuff. Every year in the offseason, Coach Reid adds new stuff, and the offense coaches look around at what we can do better. And so they have to learn some of that type of stuff. But I think you've seen with the guys that we've brought back is guys that are very intelligent. They're able to pick up the offense quickly. And so when stuff like this last game happens, you can throw Juju in there. He can run some of the routes that Rasheed has, and he can get even and be in different positions maybe that he didn't practice all week, because he prepares the right way and he's ready for his moment.
You, injuries are part of the game, but you guys have been hit pretty hard so far this year offensively. What's the difficulty for you in adjusting to a lineup that's seemingly different every week?
I don't. Once the week goes on and you go through your game plan, it's usually pretty smooth because you have an understanding of the guys and what we're trying to do and the concepts of the plays. During the game sometimes, especially how it happened this last game early, where you obviously Rashid's a huge part of the game plan. You have to kind of throw guys in there and try to make that timing up. And coach tries to get that done in practice. He tries to throw guys in certain situations, but obviously there's limited reps. But I thought the guys did a great job of accepting the challenge and being in there in those moments. And but Coach Reid does a great job of getting guys prepared and ready to go throughout a week of game plan. And we had an extra day this week, so I'm sure guys will be ready to go out there and play some great football.
You face a Dennis Allen defense, like in almost any week. Is there an expectation you guys are going to have to sort of do that methodical, work your way down?
Yeah, I think just very intelligent coach. I mean, someone that does a lot of different things. He's a game plan specific coach. Someone that it's not all about his defense. He looks at the offenses and what they do best. He tries to take those away, and he's really good at it. And so he'll throw change-ups in there you might have not seen the entire season or in his past because he thinks this might work this week. So it'll be a great challenge for us. They play a physical team. They play extremely fast. And they have a lot of great players and veteran players, so they can kind of get away with stuff because they know what they can and can't get away with. So you got to make sure that you're really on top of every single check at the line of scrimmage and prepared for everything whenever you step to the football.
Can you talk about the big play, the 54-yard touchdown pass, what that did for the offense that day, and what it does for your receivers' confidence and the whole offense?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you hit those deep passes, it kind of opens everything up because defenses have to have more and more respect for any ability to score on one play. And it was big in that game. I mean, they were starting to get more and more downhill because we were running the ball and we weren't moving it and throwing it vertically. And so when we were able to hit that deep one, it kind of opened up the offense at least a little bit. And our goal is to continue to show that we can do that on a week-to-week basis, and even more than one time a game. So there was more opportunities in that game to go downfield, so I have to continue to push the ball down the field so that it opens up everyone else underneath.
We'll go a few more. We'll go Nick, Todd, and Larry. Go Nick. Patrick, when you're building chemistry with a new receiver, a guy you haven't worked with in a while, how long does it really take for you guys to see the field the same way?
It depends on every receiver. I think we have a lot of intelligent receivers in this receiving room right now, and so I feel like we're all seeing the field the same way. But now it's about me just having that trust and giving them those shots to make plays in traffic and stuff like that. And so, like I did with Xavier on that deep one, I think there was more opportunities to throw even to him later on in that game. And so just continue for myself to give him those chances to go out there and make plays and be the receiver that he is. And that goes throughout the entire receiving room, the tight end room, and the running back room.
A couple of non-football things. I mean, you're pretty excited about this Royals playoffs, kind of moving on here to be back here in town. What's your excitement level for that?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it's great for the city. I mean, I've heard all the stories about how awesome the environment was the last time they were in the playoffs, and they're going to go up against a great baseball team in the Yankees, historic baseball team. And so I'm just excited for these guys. I mean, they're hungry. They're playing great baseball right now. And to be at the K, a sold-out crowd hopefully, and get to see that October baseball there is going to be special.
On our radio station this morning, known Yankee fan Garrett Dieter may be sniffing around for you for tickets. Is that appropriate for something like that?
Yeah, man, I'll let him be there because when we hopefully win, I'll get to talk trash. So no, it's he's a big Yankees fan. I think if the Yankees lost this series, he might have to move cities. So let's see if we can do that for him.
Keeping with the baseball theme, it just occurs to me that because of the sport you play, have you ever been to a postseason baseball game?
I've been to a postseason baseball game. Back when I was in high school, the Rangers made the World Series a couple of times, and so I got to see them lose, I think, Game 5, against the Giants one year, and then I watched them lose, or maybe win the game that I was at when they went up against the Phillies, and they ended up losing in Game 6 on that ball on the warning track. So, I mean, I've had some close